Hi, I'm Kevin Donovan from the Shaka group at UC Irvine, and I'm going to give you a brief tour of our moving tube NMR research. In our research, we use long NMR tubes such as this one, provided by New Era Enterprises, that are of usual diameter, that is 5 millimeters, but unusually long. This tube is approximately 5 feet long. We fill these tubes with large sample volumes of around 20 milliliters, and we then move these tubes incrementally between scans during an experiment, which allows us to skip the relaxation delay by moving out the relaxing sample portion once data acquisition is complete and moving in a pre-equilibrated sample portion. By skipping the relaxation delay, this gives us an advantage for doing various experiments, one example of which is collecting a carbon-13 quantitative spectrum, which normally requires a long relaxation delay and is thus a very time-consuming experiment. We have built an apparatus for automatically moving the sample tube. This is driven by a stepper motor. The stepper motor is controlled by this controller, which is then programmed by the Simplicity software by GE, which is run from this PC. The stepper motor is interfaced with the spectrometer with one of the spare lines on the spectrometer console, which can be programmed to deliver a TTL pulse during a pulse sequence. As the stepper motor turns, it turns this brass shaft, which, as you can see, is long enough to allow the stepper motor to sit outside of the stronger part of the stray magnetic field. And when this brass shaft turns, it turns this gear rack, which moves, it turns this gear, which then translates this gear rack vertically. The long tube is mounted on top of the gear rack, so as the gear rack is moved, the tube is then moved. You can see the tube protruding from the top of the magnet here, and an experiment is in progress, so the tube is currently being moved incrementally between scans, as you can see. Thank you for watching, and I hope I can tell you more about our research sometime soon and possibly show you some spectrum.